So, for these next two missions, we don't actually need anything. I'll bring D-Horse for this one.
Unleashed the Russian parasite strain. To isolate the facility, they first spread reports of a chemical weapon leak. The infection won't spread into the surroundings.
And off we go to OKV-0, where we must get to the end and meet Skullface and then not kill him, because for some reason we're supposed to not kill him. Anyway, we'll ride D-Horse up this far. Any further and we might be seen by a sniper, so we'll come around the cliff here, go over the wall, and then we're going to hug the wall, and make our way to the fortress in the back. I'll lie down occasionally just because I don't want to get spotted by the walker gear, although it's going to come over and look in the area where it saw me more than it's going to actually come up on me, especially with all the terrain in the way. It messes with the pathing of the AI. We've also got the guy on the light partial spotting, but again, as long as I can get out of here before they come right up to me, it won't matter if they're kind of following me around. So this will be cutting it a little close. They're both coming over here to look, but as long as they don't get close enough, I can break line of sight here.
Good work.
Okay, that's the first gate. It checkpoints after every gate, so if you are doing this with reloading, it's a lot easier to reload in this one because there's like 4 checkpoints almost. In spite of all those partial spots, I'm in really no danger of being discovered at this point. I'm moving too quickly for them to really catch me. The only thing to worry about here is there's one guy on that little platform, so I'm going to have to crawl, kind of hug the corner, and go in a zigzag here so that I can go right under him. Otherwise I would probably be detected, but that shouldn't be an issue here. Alright, we're past him. I will just follow behind this patrolling guy, because the next gate is that wall at the edge of the tunnel there, and there's a crack. You may not be able to see it. There it is. I'm going to put a mark there for no reason whatsoever, except that I need to waste some time because this guy's walking slow. So we'll get to the crack. Climb that, we should be able to go over the second gate. If I can get the ladder there. Okay, third gate area. This is kind of like a base area. The main thing to look out for are there guys patrolling the upper areas, and there are cameras for the first time, like, in the game. A number of bases have camera spots, but they only appear in a handful of missions. Like, the airfield can have cameras, but I think they will only have them in the extreme version of Trader's Caravan. So, you don't see cameras much. I don't know why that is. They work just fine. They worked fine in Ground Zeroes, and they work fine on FOBs. There's camera logic already in place for the game to deal with them, so I don't know. That was a gun camera as well. If you've done FOBs, you may have seen those. It's a camera, but it's got a gun on it. That's all the exciting news there is to that. There's one guy here who's going to come down this way. I was a little faster than the last time I was trying to do this one, so normally I was concerned that he would be present, but he ended up not being anywhere close. Some of these doors, if you pick them on an attempt, they'll stay picked later, which is odd. So I picked some of those doors, they were locked, and then on trying to redo this, they ended up remaining unlocked, so that's kind of an odd quirk. It's not uncommon. There are things that you can do in free roam that will actually affect missions, like if you destroy a bunch of lights, take out the generators, that sort of thing, and then start a mission from free roam, those things will not be there in the actual mission, so there are ways to actually make use of that. Since you can destroy a bunch of stuff, you don't have to worry about alerts or anything like that until you actually begin the mission. So you're free to, you know, destroy a bunch of stuff during the day, use the Phantom Cigar to wait for, 6 hours until nightfall, start a mission on the ground, and then there won't be any lights or anything, which is kind of neat. We won't need that here, because that's the only camera that I think we actually encounter, but there are a few of them in this area. It's just that most of them you won't see. I'd also like to show you what's going on and who just partial spotted me, but because of the lighting effects here, because it's morning or something, I can't actually see what's going on outside until I actually get outside. My character's eyes, or the camera, whatever you want to call it, adjusts to the light here. So that's the third gate. We went under it. Now we're heading for the fourth gate, which is very close. The only obstacle is that there's a guard up there on the right. In fact, there are two guards, which is unusual. I've never seen two up there. I guess one of them's a patroller, who just happens to be right there. So I will have to be careful here. I don't need to crawl. I'm far enough away from them that I could crouch walk, but at this point I'm close enough that I'm really not wanting to mess up no traces, so I don't want to be seen. So there's a hole that leads to the upper part of the fourth gate. Once you're past here, you're home free. There are no more guards, no more enemies. You can run, and you will finish the mission with no traces at this point. The only problem is the time that you spend in cutscenes does apply to your mission time, and there's a huge cutscene after this mission, so if you want maximum score, go ahead and skip all the cutscenes. I'm not going to skip some of it for reasons. I guess you'll see.
America is a country, a meeting of enemies. Instead of simply assimilating, its citizens live alongside others. Their roots are very diverse. America's never been made up of just one. But he tried to forge a symbol for it and from it. The idea that every citizen can use free will to unite behind their country. Unilateralism like that can't be entrusted to any one individual. So the Major sought a system that used information, words, to control the subconscious. Get in. was born in a small village. I was still a child when we were raided by soldiers. Foreign soldiers.
Only for my people to be able to speak their language. Each culture, my master's language. And all the words we use. Words are living. With each change, I changed too. My thoughts, personality, how I saw right away. All changed. And not only this vision. One example. I was thinking about this. I was from this. His own children. The language. Our native tongue is our true father. My father, my truth was stolen from me. And so was my past. All that's left is the future. And mine is revenge. On the one who is bruised, I will be responsible for killing my freedom. Killing all traces of my past. Killing any promise of our future. We are all but dead and forced to walk on this earth. A world reduced to zero. Sacrificing to control the world. We're back. And another time of all those things. The word became flesh. The flight doesn't. It knows English. Next swing doesn't. I expect to be with this. I will do the word of all. We play the past that is zero. Free word zero. The word. Something was the word was. And then each other. He was something. The word needed on top. Like the like the stuff that all the time. The words. And then he was nice. He was something. They will be lost.
Become one. This war is peace.
Standing on the edge of the crater, like the prophets once said, and the ashes are all cold now, no more bullets, and the embers are dead.
When the world witnesses Sahelanthropus, the hands of the doomsday clock will roll on, regardless of zero. Sahelanthropus will take the first giant step into a brave new. It is the bell with which a world trodden upon by words declares its independence. We're not the only demons in this world. Like you, vengeance is all he has. It's man's thirst for revenge that drives the times. Just as you live because of me, he lives because of you. Show him!
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Wait! Who is doing this? Such a lust for revenge?
Okay, so we've got to destroy Sahelanthropus. We have some equipment, but I'm not actually going to end up using any of it. So, you could do this with OSP. It does require a little bit of luck. So what you need to do is you need to run over, and there's a number of vehicles out here. There's a tank on the left, but I want this APC with the rockets on it, because it's much better against Sahelanthropus for reasons. For one thing, it has the rocket rack, which is really nice because he's a big target. As we'll see here in a second. You pretty much blanket him with the missiles, and if you aim right, most of them will hit. But the real winner here is the autocannon. It does better DPS to Sahelanthropus pretty much universally than the tank cannon, because the tank cannon has a long reload, and the autocannon, though it fires a little slow, does not have a reload. So we'll just alternate between the rockets and shooting Sahelanthropus at his weak point in the chest. The only problem with this one is that at some point Sahelanthropus will do a rusty mist thing, like the skulls do in Metallic Archaea. That will destroy all the vehicles on the map. You do have some time when he starts doing it before the vehicle is fully rusted, as we'll see in a second. But until then, you're kind of screwed, because you don't really have a lot of options once all the vehicles are gone. And it will destroy even the ones there's an extra set down the hill. But no matter where you are, it seems to destroy all of them in the entire area, which is kind of a shame. There's the mist, and you'll see the vehicle start to rust, but as long as it doesn't finish rusting, you can still use it. So just about kills Sahelanthropus.